here is a shout out to Aoya.com. You can choose for them to drop you anything for a very small price. Do not ever forget to use the coupon code RENCREATES so that you guys save 3% on your next purchase and you help out me as a creator. What's cracking, boys and my ladies? It's RenCreates, and this video is going to be showing you how to get 15 armor sets you never even knew existed in Elden Ring. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh well, I have to have seen at least one or two of these, and you might have, but you might not know what their actual name is and where to get them. So this video is going to be covering all these crazy armor sets that you missed in Elden Ring. So our first armor set is the Crucible Tree Set. It can be found in Darkroot Depths after you make your way over from the Finger Lady. You'd have to progress through the area like usual, through the wetlands, up the roots, and then you'll eventually go all the way to the other side where you'll find this giant tree. There you'll see a Crucible Knight guarding it. Don't worry, you can run away from it. It's not required to kill him to get the armor set. Run past him, open the chest on the other side, and bada bing bada boom, the Crucible set is yours. It's a very cool armor set, it has really good stats, and overall it looks badass. You can't go wrong with that now, can you? Well, believe it or not, we can one-up it. That's right, with the Crucible Axe Set. Yeah, there's two Crucible sets in this game. This one is very difficult to obtain though, as you need to make your way to the Azuri. The Alriza Hero's Grave isn't too difficult on its own. Well, as long as you can get past all the chariots, okay. But once you've progressed your way through this area, you're going to eventually take on a really tough boss. There's two Crucible Knights. You're going to have to take on the Crucible Knight Odovis and his other. These guys are tough and I highly don't recommend trying to fight them underleveled at all. I advise strongly against it. But do not fret, I have a video coming out on how to beat these guys pretty easily with bleed. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and hit me up on your email list so you don't ever miss when that video drops. Once they're defeated, you will not only obtain the Crucible Knight or Dorvis Armor Set, or Axe Crucible Set, but you'll also obtain his greatsword, and this greatsword has one kick-ass weapon art. So 2 for the price of 1. Well worth it if you can pull it off. Whoa, hold on, we're not done with Alriza's Hero's Grave just yet. Matter of fact, there's another armor set we could pick up here too. This one's a bit more of a puzzle though, as you have to make your way and weave around all the chariots to get to the very end. I'm kind of showing it in a fast forward here just so you get the idea of what you got to do. But you make your way all the way to the end. You're going to drop down from the platform here, or from the corpse. Carefully make your way down these beams, and go ahead, kill a skeleton if you want, and climb up the ladder. Actually, you don't make sure you kill a skeleton or else he'll keep knocking you down. But once you guys walk out, before doing anything else, turn around, wait for that chariot to move, go up, take a right, and hit this gargoyle statue thing, and that's going to send that fire breathing upwards. From there, go back to the beginning of the dungeon, go past all the chariots again, and at the very end they're going to crash into each other, and once the third chariot is destroyed, the Tree Sentinel armor set will be yours. Honest to goodness, this one's pretty easy to get, so even if you can't score the Crucible set on your first try, you might have a really good chance of getting this epic armor set as well. So go ahead and give it a shot. The Knight's Cavalry Set. I'm gonna be honest, this set is absolutely badass. But it is sort of difficult to get. Basically, you gotta make your way to the consecrated snowfield site of grace. Make sure that you set your time to nightfall. Then make your way to a chariot that's being hauled by the two giants. From there, you're gonna want to aggro one of the Knight's Cavalry towards you. Take them on one by one. Do not try to get both of them on you. Bleed is very effective, I found. So it might not be a bad idea to try out bleed, like maybe Reduvia or Rivers of Blood if you've got it. Because it might end up helping you a lot more, because you really do want to melt these guys' health bars. Once you take out the flail, go over to the other side with the halberd boy and just rinse and repeat till he's dead. Once they're dead, you will not only obtain the Knight's Cavalry outfit, but you will also obtain the Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. So that is absolutely amazing. But it is quite a brawl to get, so keep that in mind. So this area is going to contain sets 4 and 5. The Bloodhound set and the Glimmer set can both be obtained in the exact same area, in the exact same location. I have a video all on how to beat Glimmer's Hero's Grave. Check that video out because this area can be very difficult, especially if you're a beginner with all the booby traps. But you can always follow the guide that I'm showing right here and fast forward. You're going to make your way through all the enemies, and once you make your way to the bridge, you're going to drop down, and you're going to run to the inside. And after you make your way past the wall, you're going to notice that there's a Bloodhound Knight. kill him, which it shouldn't be too difficult, and then he will drop his armor set. But on the corpse in front of us is the Glimmer Knight set. So say that the Bloodhound set isn't that cool, the Glimmer Knight set is an absolute must-have, especially for its plume on its helm. You might have found this set, you might have not, but I thought it was worth mentioning. Number 6, the Fire Prelight set. So now we have the Smo of Elden Ring. Yes, this set is probably the best big heavy tank set in the game, and I have a video on how to get the hammer as well. Check that out in the Elden Ring playlist. But essentially, once you defeat the final boss, make your way over to the Site of Grace. Continue on around all the barriers until you meet the big fatty himself. From there, really mess him up. Bleed is effective against him, and he might end up going down very easily. I highly advise using Bleed, if it wasn't obvious already, but once he's dead, you're going to be able to obtain his armor set. Now keep in mind, I'm almost positive he doesn't just drop all of it in one go. You're going to have to farm a bit to get his whole armor set, but trust me, it is so worth it. This set is absolutely incredible in its defense, and it looks like Smo. How could you ever go wrong with it? But make sure that your item discovery is high, please. For 7 and 8, we have the Godskin Duo set, aka we're going to start off with the Godskin Noble. So the Godskin Noble set can be obtained pretty easily. Once you've defeated Renala, make your way over to the Divine Tower of Larunia. Here, as you're crossing the bridge, you're going to notice that there's a Godskin Apostle. Now, if you're doing this early game, it's probably going to be a bit tough for you, since he's not going to really butt up and he is quite a bit of a challenge. Bleed, however, is incredible against the Godskin Noble. It's actually the reason why I even made the overpowered Bleed build in the first place. Check it out if you haven't already. Probably be in the timestamps at the end of this video. But now let's go and head over to Caelid, because there we can obtain the Godskin Apostle set by making your way to the Divine Tower of Caelid. You're going to have to make some pretty risky jumps to get down, but once you made it all the way to the bottom, hit up that Site of Grace and go in and fight Godskin Apostle. I actually have a video on how to beat him, so if you are interested, make sure you check out that video. It will definitely help you out. But Godskin Apostle, in short, is pretty easy. Practice Bleed, stay close to him when he does his elongated attacks, and you're going to have him downed. Not too much of a challenge. The Noble set can be found at the East Windmill Pasture in the Atlas Plateau. There's plenty of ways you can make it over to this location, but it's at the very northern spot of the Atlas Plateau. Basically, make your way north until you find a bunch of women dancing around burning corpses. Go in there, pick it up, and pick up the weapon, and bada bing bada boom. One of the most attractive sets, in my opinion. This one is pretty cool. You can pretty much unlock it as soon as you get there, especially if you know which portals to take. It's obviously supposed to be like the blue variant for the set that Roderica uses, or Roderica. Number 10, the Raptor set. Now believe it or not, the Raptor set is actually an additional pair to the Bandit set, aka the Thief starting class. But basically, you're going to make your way over to the Sage's Cave, which is located in the Atlas Plateau. In there, you don't even need to fight the boss, you just have to run through all the skeletons and bring a torch. I didn't, so it was a bit more difficult for me. You're going to have to hit some invisible walls, but you make it through most of the area. You're going to have to hit a specific invisible wall, and from there, you're going to see a chest. These chests contain the skeletal mask and the Raptor's black feathers. This is an amazing armor set, and I think that the black feathers look absolutely incredible. The Malformed Dragon set is surprisingly not that hard to get if you're good at fighting the Draconic Tree Sentinel. Luckily for you guys, I have a video on how to beat him in the Elden Ring playlist. But you're going to make your way over to Crumbling Azula. From there, you're going to make your way all the way up till you get to the stairway in the front of the Colosseum before you fight Melikith. There, you're going to see a Draconic Tree Sentinel, and you know what to do. Fight with Sword and Fang and defeat him. Once he's downed, the set is yours. And I'm going to be honest, it's pretty badass. The Rotting Duelist set is not that difficult to find, but you are going to have to make your way to the Consecrated Snowland before you can do anything. But basically, in order to obtain the set, there's actually 2 weapons you can obtain with it as well. But make your way to the first Site of Grace and walk the way I'm going. From there, you're going to find a graveyard. This graveyard is going to have one of the duelists there. All you have to do is kill him, and the first part of the armor set is yours. This armor set surprisingly only has 2 pieces, but still not that bad since we do get cool weapons as well. Now make your way over to Ordenia. You're actually gonna have to make your way not too far from the Ordenia site of Grace, northwestern, and you'll find another one just standing right off a cliffside. From there, you're gonna kill him, and bada bing bada boom, the rest of the set is yours and the axe as well. It looks kind of badass, but again, it does provide some weird defense for not having a chestplate item. The Shaman Set. Hey, it's Christmas time already? Our characters get to have Christmas antlers. Yay! Make your way up to the Ancestral Worship Site of Grace, and then continue over and start slaying all the shamans. If you manage to kill the shawoman, you'll be able to obtain those sweet Christmas antlers that I showed on my character before. Again, you are going to need to boost your luck stat quite a bit. Arcane, Silver Scarab, and Silver Fowl's Foot will help you out greatly. Also, they're very close together, so if you can shred them down pretty quickly, you'll have this armor set in no time. My personal favorite part's the antlers. Last but certainly not least, the 15th armor set, the Redmain Knight Set. So if you're somebody that has just ran through Redmain Castle and hasn't actually taken a look around, try going back and running through it. Apart from all the scout soldiers, you'll find these really cool looking knights. These are the Redmain Knights. The Redmain Knights are not soldiers. They wield great swords of partisans, and upon farming them, you will be able to obtain their whole set. It's a very cool looking armor set, and I definitely love the weapons and the combination. And as long as you can put up a bit of farming, they're yours. So that is 15 armor sets you guys possibly didn't know existed in Elden Ring, and how to obtain them. If this video was helpful, make sure to leave a like, especially if you enjoyed today's content or got value from it. Also, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you guys can see when my next videos come out. And never slack on me with the email list. That's right, hit me up on your email list for extra notification. Also, check out my other socials for extra tidbits of information, and join my Discord server as well. Love talking to you guys. You guys will get some extra bits of info that you might not find on YouTube or anywhere else, so check that out as well. Last but certainly not least, don't forget, and I'm sure you won't, to join the journey through the lands between by checking out the Elden Ring playlist in the description below. But wait, don't go just yet. Before you rise and tarnish the Elden Ring, make sure to go to aolia.com and use my coupon code RenCreates on your next purchase so that you guys can not only help me out, but also save yourself a bit of money as well, and get as many or whatever runes or weapons that you may need, so that you guys can get that extra step up on your tarnished game and brandish the Elden Ring without as much of a hassle. Especially if you guys are short on time. I know some of you guys are short on time. So there you guys go. Make sure that you guys go over there and use my coupon code. But now, until next time, rise my fellow tarnished, and brandish thine Elden Ring.